What's up guys, welcome to my vlogs and my name is Zawadi. If you're new here, karibu sana. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome and welcome back. I really don't for granted you guys watching my content. Asanteni sana. And today we'll be making chapatis. Chapati is an East African dish if I'm not wrong, and there's this some sort of love dislike relationship when it comes to chapatis. So if you don't like making chapatis, you've never learned making chapatis, I hope by the end of this video I get to convince you that you can actually make chapatis at home, and it's so easy and get to enjoy. So quickly, these are my ingredients, the ones that I used. I didn't measure anything. So in a bowl is a flour. I don't have specific brand which I can tell you that this brand works well or this doesn't do well. And of course a big bowl in which I'll be mixing in some salt, some sugar, and of course water. I use warm water. There are people who use cold water and there are people who use hot water. Personally, I just use warm water, and of course some cooking oil. So in your flour, you can actually add carrots, milk, onions, pumpkin, or butternut. This is completely optional. Even the sugar, it's completely. Personally, I just add so that it helps. It just helps into balancing everything. So you can add these things I've listed there. Also, the people who use baking powder and yeast, kindly, we don't add baking powder and yeast in our chapatis. Hello, we ain't making naan bread. There are different techniques people use while mixing their dough to achieve the soft chapatis. This is just my way on how I do it to achieve the soft chapatis. So stick around because we'll also be creating layers along the way. So into our dough, we're going to add in our salt. As you can see, I'm just using my eyes to measure. I don't have specific measurements to how much you're supposed to add. That's sugar I'm adding. I'm not going to add a lot. I just want it to be well balanced. And I also added salt along the way. So yeah, that's just me mixing the dry ingredients and mixing everything up. As you can see guys, I didn't put any baking powder in there. So please let's not put any baking powder. Thank you. It is at this point where when you want to add the carrots, milk, onions, and also pumpkin, this is the point you can add. So now, personally, this is how I mix my oil into the flour. I love using rubbing in method. I don't like putting oil after I've added water. This is because it really helps to soften the dough for me. So I'm going to just add in my cooking oil to it. There's some people who warm the cooking oil a bit. Do so if you so wish, but it's not going to change anything. At the same time, if I can roughly just give you the measurements of what, I think I'll pin it in the description. The flour is about 1.5 kgs. The water is about a liter and a quarter, if I'm not wrong. And salt, as you can see, I was just talking to my ancestors, and the sugar. So yeah, that's just roughly. But if it's your first time making chapatis, I would really recommend that you start with small amounts so that you just don't get to mess things up. So you're going to mix your cooking oil really well until the whole flour, it's like all fluffed up with it has mixed well with the cooking oil. So yeah. Gradually add your water bit by bit. Take your time and just you can feel the dough, like it's supposed to be sticky but not so sticky. Okay, we're not trying to come back and add more flour, because you'll end up making more chapatis than you had intended to. So take your time and just add your water gradually. So this is how it's supposed to be. It's sticky. As you can see, there's some dough that is stuck in my hand, but that's not a problem because we'll keep kneading until all that is done. So we're going to be transferring this in a flat surface, and we'll keep kneading until all that dough in our hands. We don't have any dough in our hands, sorry. So it is really important in this stage that you take your time while kneading. Kneading really helps in achieving the soft chapatis, because I believe this, once you're done with this stage, the rest of the steps automatically just marry in. Okay, so take your time, knead your dough until you achieve the right texture. So in a lightly flat surface, transfer your dough and keep kneading now. Knead, knead and knead until you feel like now this dough is so soft. As you can see, I was really enjoying this moment. For me, this is such a lovely moment because I get to direct that dough to how I want it to be. Okay, so knead and knead and knead until you achieve the desired as I said, softness. Yeah, stretch it out, fold it in, stretch it out, fold it in, and keep on kneading. Throw it up and down if you need be, but just not down the floor. We're not fighting. Okay, so in your bowl, the one you used in mixing, personally I use that. If you don't want to, you can use a different bowl. So you're going to oil it just a little bit and then put our dough, which is ready now, and then cover it, ready for like 20 minutes. Then it will be ready for the next step. You can even leave it for 1 hour, but 20 minutes minimum, it's okay. So yeah, just going to cover that up and all is ready. So this is 20 minutes later, and we take our dough out of our bowl, and then we start making our balls. So now here you just stretch out your dough and cut into small balls. If you've ever made samosa, these are the doughs we make. So yeah, the size of, so you can use your hand, as you can see I'm doing it. Just cut out your dough into small balls, into the number. Now these balls present the number of chapatis you want. Yeah, so that's just me doing a demo of what on how I determine the size. Often turn out to be the same size, all of them. Some ended up being big, some are quite smaller, but you just take your time and balance everything out. Yeah, and balance your balls. So our balls are ready, and you're going to cover this up. Always cover up. So cover this up and start working on each. Now fly your surface and then start rolling out each dough. Okay, take your time, ensure that your surface is well flat so that you don't end up having your dough doesn't stick. So once you've rolled out the balls, put some cooking oil, approximately a half a tablespoon or even quarter, depending on the size of your balls, and then you're going to sprinkle some flour on top. Okay, once that is done, fold in now then the stretched out dough. Okay, fold it in like how I'm doing it. Fold it in. Once that is done, set it aside. Repeat the same process with all the rest of the balls until you're done. So you need to ensure that your surface is well flat. That's one thing. Another thing, while handling your rolling pin, don't be so strenuous. Let your hands just move along. Be loose a bit. Okay, it really helps in like ensuring that you have a neat. Okay, I know we're not aiming for like the perfect circle, but we're trying. Okay, so as you can see at this point, I had not put enough flour, so it was really disturbing. My dough was really disturbing me, so I had to add flour. So ensure that your surface is well flat, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. We make mistakes. You make mistake and move on. Okay, so yeah, be easy on yourself, don't be too hard on yourself. And if in case you don't get that perfect circle, there's so many ways you can hack this. You can use a lead to get that perfect circle. Yeah, but practice until you get it right. There's a video I did in one of the videos on demonstrating how you can create layers and different methods. I showed there almost 3 methods. You can go check out the video. So yeah, this is how they're supposed to turn out. As you can see, yeah, loosely, you see they're not so tight. So yeah, now our balls are ready. Don't forget to cover. You're going to ensure your pan is well heated. At this point, you can leave these to rest for like another 10 minutes if you so wish, but it's not necessary. So yeah, prep your pan and use medium heat. Roll out your balls, yeah, ensuring that the surface is well flat. Don't just roll in the middle. That will give you hard chapatis in the middle part and soft on the edges, and that's not what you are after. While rolling out your chapatis, ensure that you dust off any excess flour before putting it on your pan. Once you've put your chapati onto the pan, keep turning until it forms some bubbles, until you see some bubbles, and then you'll flip to the other side and let it also cook. This takes about 5 seconds or 10. Yeah, so let both sides cook first without putting the cooking oil, and then proceed with putting cooking oil, about 1 tablespoon each side, and let it cook for like 1-2 minutes. Also, ensure that you're using medium heat and not high heat, because when you use high heat, your chapatis will burn and they won't cook inside. Repeat the same process until you're done with all the balls. Let me know in the comment section what do you guys serve your chapatis with. For me, it's beans. I really enjoy my chapatis with beans. I don't know if you can notice, but the layers are literally forming even as you cook. You can tell that these chapatis have layers. Look at chapati. Mimi nakula mpaka muonekano. Look at that, our chapatis are ready and so soft, guys. And now we're just checking out to confirm our layers. Look at that, well cooked inside. Na za chambuka za bambuka zenye ona tu. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you didn't know how to make chapatis and you are willing to try, kindly give a try and let me know in the comment section how did that turn out. Otherwise, thank you so much and consider subscribing if you have not. Bye.